Good morning and welcome everyone. Today marks a new milestone in the SeedTech trajectory, and I'm truly delighted to share it with you all. The advertising industry is facing a defining moment in which digital advertising will be forever changed. Change is normally good for those who embrace it, and this whole session is exactly about that. Anticipating, understanding, and embracing change. For decades, the industry has turned a blind eye to the ways in which consumer data was obtained and used on the web. Data privacy regulations, mobile makers limiting identifiers on their devices, and major browser restrictions to third-party cookies represent a necessary and positive turning point for the industry. However, the interest of people for the web is bigger than ever. Online content consumption is at its peak, and so it is the opportunity of engaging with users online. Nobody questions that digital advertising will continue to grow, but it will do so in a more controlled and user-friendly way. A privacy-first world for advertisers doesn't have to be as scary and overwhelming as some may initially feel. Marketers are often asked to do more with less, and to achieve that, we need to equip them with the right technology, the right tools, and the right data to be more effective than ever before. Technology is the key to transform this cookie-less challenge into the biggest opportunity in online marketing for the next decade. SeedTech's mission is to become the global contextual partner for brands and agencies. So we want to lead by example and share with all our partners around the globe how we see the future and which tools they can have to navigate it. A few years ago, we saw an opportunity to contribute to the advertising industry. Our first inception was all about getting the most out of editorial images, but we decided not to stop there. Since then, we have developed several solutions that blend with all types of content from premium publishers around the world. During this journey, we created the most powerful contextual AI technology in the market, which we are honored to present today. With that, I leave you with one of the brightest tech leaders in our industry, my friend and SeedTech CTO, Paul Goldbaum.
As you've seen, the new SeedTech brand represents the amount of data and technology we put at the service of our customers and partners. Contextual technology is our DNA. We were born contextual 7 years ago and have only continued to expand our capabilities ever since. At the core of our offering lies Liz, our artificial intelligence platform that combines computer vision, natural language processing, and deep learning using state-of-the-art hybrid models that are capable of capturing signals from text, images, and video to determine sentiment, brand suitability, relevant categories, and main entities for any article on the web. In a matter of milliseconds, the text of an article is parsed to understand its language, structure, tone, and central figures, thanks to a set of purpose-trained language models. Our computer vision algorithms perform a pixel-level analysis of the images and videos to detect things like visible objects, where the situation is taking place, if a sport is being played, or the presence of unsafe elements, such as drugs, explicit content, or violence. By combining these outputs and more, we can segment content into over 600 IAB-aligned categories and detect brand safety risks beyond the GARM framework. All of this to provide a full-page, human-like understanding of the content and the highest level of brand safety in the market for millions of articles from all over the world every day. But it doesn't stop there. Liz's holistic view of the entire media network allows us to connect the dots between all those individual articles to create the content universe, a complete picture of the network and the relationships within it. Inside the content universe, brands, topics, and entities are tracked and analyzed to establish the connections between them. By understanding the patterns and how they evolve over time, we're able to create an accurate view of how a brand is being talked about and the number of users that are exposed to that content. By incorporating current and past campaign information, we can produce meaningful insights and find the most effective context for a brand to deliver their message in. Now, back to Alberto, who will tell you more about how we use this technology to empower our customers.
In the next minutes, we are going to introduce you to one of the most powerful programs that we created thanks to Liz Data, SeedTech Lab. But first, let me explain why we decided to create it. we realized that we had a priceless asset in our hands that, if it was properly processed, could become as relevant as search data or social data for marketers. It's a program for brands willing to get the most out of contextual advertising. Everything starts with a database content strategy that is bespokely designed to boost your unique values, differentiate your brand from competitors, and connect with your audiences while bringing new ones on board. To tell you more about the lab, I let our Global Head of Growth, Emilia Kirk, share our first results from beta customers who are already testing SeedTag Lab.
Thanks, Albert. This is extremely exciting in terms of taking our contextual capabilities and partnerships with our clients to a whole new level. Through the SeedTag Lab program, we'll be leveraging the halo effect to work on your brand values through content association, maximizing impact for your brand. Data analysis will allow us to understand how to continuously optimize your campaign, to keep on improving delivery by generating context-related insights. With SeedTag Lab, we aim to deliver on ensuring that our clients are connecting with their consumers, that they are appearing in the most relevant content environments, and are doing so in a privacy-centric way. The reason why we created Lab was to allow our clients to leverage the full capabilities of Liz, by not only understanding their consumers' interests in real time, but to ensure that they are appearing within content environments that perfectly matches their brand values and delivers on their key objectives. And we wanted to put this understanding in the hands of our customers. In the upcoming cookieless landscape, using contextual makes sense. But how do brands cut through the clutter and stand out in delivering their messaging and ensuring that they are connecting with their consumers? We do this with Lab by devising bespoke contextual strategies that leverages Liz to create a content universe for our brand. Using semantic techniques to reach relevant environments and capitalizing on content trends assures that they are nimble in their media delivery approach and remain front of mind to their target customers. Additionally, we design contextual creatives leveraging brand assets and create bespoke formats that are perfectly aligned to the objectives of the campaign while showcasing engaging and beautiful creative that guarantees consumer interaction. And what's more, the Lab program delivers unique insights ranging from creative evaluation, attention measurement, content trend analysis, and consumer perception measurement, because ultimately, you as a brand need to know how your consumers view you and what will make them likely to engage. And now, let's see it in action. Jorge, one of our founders and co-CEO, will tell you more about how SeedTag Lab comes to life.
For many years, brands have been analyzing consumers and creating audience segments based on their age, gender, or purchasing power. However, the new changes in the industry are pushing advertisers to find new ways to identify and target their customers. Contextual is the best available alternative for the open web. But advertisers still don't know how their traditional demographic audiences translate into contextual audiences. They still don't know how to create contextual strategies that maximize the performance of their campaigns. SeedTag Lab is a program designed to support our key clients in this transition. We put our expertise and data at the service of brands so they can better understand content consumption and user behavior. Finally, we use this data to create brand-specific contextual segments to target their ads. Ads that will be relevant for their customers and will resonate with their real-time interests. And to do so, we rely on Liz to create what we call the content universe, a multi-dimensional representation of the digital media consumption containing each and every article being read. For several years, we have been collecting contextual information from every single URL and storing this data into massive databases. And now, through the exploration of the content universe, using state-of-the-art big data and machine learning techniques, we allow marketeers and brands to understand user interest like never before. This is a huge step forward for the advertising industry in general, but it's even more important for contextual advertising. If we deep dive into the automotive industry, we find a category historically dominated by few big players, where user interest was mostly focused on car reviews and motor competitions. However, as technology changes and connectivity becomes our normal, the dynamics change. Connections between automotive and technology become much more obvious. Artificial intelligence drives the fourth industrial revolution, enabling inconceivable developments such as self-driving cars. Connectivity enters the automotive industry, where seamless integration is now a must. automotive innovation is not auto-related anymore, but passes the frontiers of the category, forcing brands and marketeers to rethink their entire strategies. Although technology and innovation have definitely changed the automotive industry, it is certainly not the only change the sector has faced over the last decade. Forced by public opinion and customer demands, but accelerated by the introduction of new players into the sector, sustainability has massively disrupted the automotive industry. All automotive brands are creating initiatives toward a more sustainable future. Reducing emissions, leveraging on circular economies, introducing recycled materials, or implementing more effective supply chains are just some examples. But with every automaker facing the same challenges and using similar initiatives, how can your brand stand out? How can you better connect with your customers? Liz is capable of analyzing your own communications, web page, and product pages to then place your unique positioning within the content universe, revealing how your contextual audience looks like and which content will deliver the best performance for your brand. So, if we look deeper into sustainability, for example, we see brands like Volkswagen, BMW, or Volvo doubling down on efforts to become more sustainable. Looking at the content universe, we see a big audience interested in hybrid and electric engines, at-home fast chargers, or improved recycled materials. Territories that should be targeted not to fall behind competition. But on top of that, there are unique opportunities each one of them can leverage on. For example, Volkswagen sustains specific reforestation initiatives that open up new communication opportunities around sustainable agriculture or wildlife protection. BMW combines the strength of emission-less and silent cars as the best allies to sportsmen during their performance. This uncovers new territories like Tour de France or Olympic Games for their communications. Finally, Volvo focuses on employees' rights and material traceability through blockchain, expanding their possibilities into blockchains, smart contracts, or human rights. So, as we can see, understanding your contextual audience is key to communicate effectively in a privacy-first world. And SIGTAG Lab has been especially designed to help you with that.
A gente traz uma solução hoje baseada em inteligência artificial.
Conseguiram, de uma forma super assertiva, encontrar esse consumidor extremamente nichado no ambiente digital.
Foi uma marca que acreditou no nosso trabalho.
Então a gente extrapolou isso para outras propriedades.
A Mitsubishi estava planejando a campanha de relançamento do Pajero Sport, que é um ícone da marca e é um produto que tem um alto valor agregado, um público-alvo muito específico, muito segmentado. E o principal desafio, acho, da agência digital, que era como encontrar esse perfil num ambiente digital, né? Onde esse cara navega, o que ele lê, o que ele consome.
A SIGTAG nasceu para ser um parceiro contextual para as marcas. A gente traz uma solução hoje baseada em inteligência artificial, no momento em que o mercado pede muito por privacidade de dados. Tendo em vista isso, hoje nossa tecnologia é capaz de oferecer para o mercado soluções com a alta performance e uma diferenciação muito grande em termos de formatos de mídia e inovação. A gente criou o SIGTAG Lab, que nada mais é uma forma da gente traduzir toda essa inteligência de dados, todas as informações que a gente tem baseada em contextos e colocar isso a favor das marcas e para os anunciantes.
Well, and that's all for today. We can't wait to see how SIGTAG Lab will help brands go beyond their contextual territories and boost their values to a whole new level.
Let's pave the way for a better internet, where privacy becomes the new normal. Thank you for watching and see you next time.